What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dustin here back with another video. I'm back at the 7-Eleven and deja vu has set in. Here we are. It's been a busy past few days for me. Um, I really, I've really just been attacking what I can in this life, if y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. So I, I had some things to take care of, and I'm back here now. The the thing that's really got me thinking is I'm wondering what the quality has been like on the other past videos, because for a few days there I didn't have my mics charged up, so I had to do like just straight audio from the phone, and that was interesting. So, and now we have this new iOS update, which I'm still getting used to. And then it's showing me that I'm at 4K at 60 frames per second. So I'm hoping I've been on that and I've been using it, because I always want to be on the best quality, because, I can always find other ways to conserve space on my phone or whatnot, or, you know, in the future. So, but the point is, I'm trying to deliver the highest quality videos. Even if it's just me, every video sitting in my car, as boring as it is, right? Here we are again. This guy's sitting in his car again. There's never a new setting. Well, it's um, like my friend Michelle says here on YouTube. Shout out Squirrel Tribe. Uh, it's a safe space. Being in your car, you don't have to worry. Like, sure, you got the house, sure, you got this and that, but you don't have to worry about people like invading your space, or a video getting totally ruined, for the most part. um yeah, it's Thursday, it's another day, everyone's back at work this morning doing their thing, submitting themselves to the daily grind, as it were. Last night, we me and my wife were hitting the gym, and it was just, things were, man, I was locked in. Things were working out well, and it was good to be back in there. And the more you watch other people work out, the more you realize I have been doing this right the whole time. A lot of people go in there and they don't know what they're doing. Uh, well, we sort of knew what we were doing. We didn't want to push the limits past, what the maximum we could do. But I will tell you, in 45 minutes time, I've definitely done that, if not more, and ended up hurting myself. So I don't want to get to that point either. But it was easy to judge how much weight was too much weight, how much running on the treadmill was enough to get yourself a good workout. Obviously, if you're just going there and you're running on the treadmill, that's cool. You know, I would say I wish I had more time to like get that run in, because that eats up a lot of your time there. Whereas if you're on these different machines, or you're doing weights or whatnot, you can really explore the rest of the gym and what it has to offer, and the machines that they do have, and what parts of your body they do work. So it was great. It was like it felt healthy. I didn't feel like I was overdoing it for once. It was like, yes, you're in there, you're focused on having an enjoyable time, and, getting that work in. But in the past, I was so used to never having equipment, doing that run outside, rain or shine, hot or cold, and it was like, it was always miserable. You put yourself through those paces, and then you overdid it, and then you were in pain for the rest of the day, next few days, and you're like, man, now I don't feel like working out for a while. But it was it was much more enjoyable than I ever could have imagined. So yeah, very grateful for that, very blessed, and I'm happy we went through it with it. So I would encourage you all to get out there if you can do it. Get in the gym, knock out those weights or whatever you got to do. Yeah, had some doctor's appointments, stuff I had to take care of, and that's that. So here's for the first 5 minutes of this video, me just vlogging. Me just telling you what I've been doing. I will say I enjoy people watching is like not in a creepy way, but people watching, like I love watching people sometimes, not all the time, that's weird, but sometimes I like watching people just go through their day to day, see what people are up to, what jobs you're clocking into, what uniforms they're in, what soda they're drinking that day. It's kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, it's just another day. So I got some work to do later on today on both ends of the day and in the middle of my day as well. But I just wanted to check in with you guys. Hope you're doing well. Looks like the Fed is going to introduce another rate cut. That was met on yesterday, I believe, or 2 days ago, and I think they decided to cut a 0.5% or something like that. At least that's what I had heard. So that's cool. And they're projecting 2026 is going to be what? It's going to hit 2% or something like that. Or no. I'm sorry. 2028, it's going to hit 2%. So that's just a number they put out there. Who knows if it's going to happen, But for now, I'll tell you, buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because we're in for a ride. He said, this morning I was listening, they said on the news that it was, what the job market is taking another dip. I guess I don't know if that's job loss or what it is, just unemployment in general, but just job cuts basically. They're just cutting people left and right everywhere. So, yeah, unless you're fortunate enough to be in an industry where you can work for yourself to make a little bit of money or all your money, whatever you choose to do, or you're just in a safe job. I don't know what that would be, government, union, something, something that you can count on to get you to paying those bills. So, anyways, I just really wanted to lock into, the day-to-day life of what's been going on in this world. It's crazy. I would say, the Charlie shooting that was like a good 3-4 day effect on me. Just still messes me up, and I can't get over it because he's a brother to us, was a brother to us. So, wow, that one hurts. It hits home. And just wanted to throw this out there, but I hope y'all are staying safe out there when you're driving, because there's this whole thing about road rage right now, and how people are taking it to the next level. So just be very careful. You don't know what weapons people have on them, and you got to stay safe and protecting yourself as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's gotten to the point where, your senior citizens are out there and they have to carry items, weapons, whatever, to protect themselves, just from getting harmed. Wow, that's scary to think about. But yeah, and if any of you have kids, that's scary too, like how are your kids going to protect themselves? You got to make sure they're around trusting adults, trustful adults at all times as much as you can. And yeah, keep an eye on them. So, all right, friends. Well, I really don't have too much to say today, but I can tell you this, as tough as things are in the world right now, I have been keeping a positive mindset. Even though things are not perfect for me, I do not have all the answers. I am still remaining positive that we're going to get things done. Things are going to be all right, one way, one way or the other, and I'm working through it. Trying my best to, anyways. In the meantime, there's things that you can do to distract yourself. You can find new ways to make money, or do a side hustle. You can go to the gym. You can listen to podcasts or watch movies or listen to music you like. Um, Another thing I've been doing lately is I have been watching podcasts, or excuse me, listening to podcasts, watching podcasts, yes, and videos of interviews of World War II veterans, Purple Hearts, Vietnam veterans, Purple Hearts, um, you know, war in Afghanistan, early to late 2000s, 9/11, people on 9/11 who had served on that day, and a lot of that in between and before. But I've been listening to these stories of these men and women who are the reason we are here today to be able to enjoy the freedoms that we have. And I'm standing on this today, and I'm speaking on this today. But thank you. Thank you so much to all those men and women who made the sacrifice. Those who came home, those who did not make it, who did not come home, those who came home, got their Purple Heart. Our veterans are still alive today and are missing their buddies, their brothers or sisters who did not make it home. And wow, I'm at a loss for words, and I'm so grateful. The thing that I can do is, find ways to support them. And I have found, I have some ideas of new ways I want to do that. And there's going to be more to come with that. And I'm really excited to see what's going to be in the future. But I always like wearing the bomber jackets and if we can find them, the military hats, to support those clear infantries, divisions, those of you, who have laid their lives down. Navy SEALs is another one. I was listening to the training that they went through, and a lot of the World War II veterans, um, the BARs, the men who were in the BAR infantries, holding a 19, 20-pound BAR in the war. And a lot of those guns out there were 10, 15 pounds lighter. I don't know, it's crazy. It just, but they got the job done, and they pushed through. And I have so much respect for those men and women, regardless of what's going on in our country, regardless if the American flag is still recognized. And oh, by the way, um, there was another veteran. Um, I can't remember the name of the island. It starts with a K, but he was talking about Korea. Um, he was talking about, essentially, I could be wrong. He was talking about Japan, the Japs and all this. But it just, it's crazy. He, that they showed up on this island basically, and they were just trying to hold the front of this island, and then they have to move from point to point to point. They don't just win the whole island. Like sometimes he would say they would get stuck, and they would have 3 4 waves of their guys who never made it to the next step on the island. So you'd have 3 waves of their guys just completely, you know, gone, and they didn't make it. And he would tell a couple stories of that day, and trying to win the island. And he said that there were drain pipes that would that were for stormwater that would come up out of the ground for the Japanese to be able to drink, because we at the time were able to have filtered water, but with them they didn't have that. So they drank rainwater, and it fell into pails underground. Well, there was, you know, his sergeant said, find a way to um, put up these flags. And they said, Sarge, we don't have anywhere to put these flags. So they figured out a way to mount them each point of the island that they would win. They, based upon the orders that they had, they would ultimately put these American flags as a group. It was all of their job. He said that they would put them in these drain pipes for stormwater. Um, and that's how they would mount the flags, and they would mount them on the island, and you know try and fight their way through the Japanese army. And it was crazy just hearing it from him. But um, whether it was Korea or Japan, or what it was, I mean, there was just so much that went into those wars, all of them, new and old. And I just that's where my heart has been this week, with those veterans and all those who served our country. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video. But I'm going to do some work here, and I hope you all are doing well and staying positive and watching some good content, consuming yourself with some awesome country, awesome metal, awesome classical music, awesome podcasts you want to listen to, whatever it is that you guys enjoy the most. And I appreciate you all. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.